Welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb, a community of folks like yourselves who are getting ready and staying ready for their next chapter. And we are hoping that there is laughter in that next chapter. So I'm going to my show brother, my homie, the brother, Al Jackson.
Yo, since day one, you've been my girl. Yes.
Well, for people who are new to DBL, and there are a lot of new viewers, so that's really exciting. Our show has been on for 3 years, and the show has evolved in, multiple ways. But one thing that's also interesting about getting a new audience during quarantine is that there's this expectation that when you're talking about news stories that you are the news. And I think that there was some confusion as to what we really are and what we do, because this show was really designed to be almost like what was happening on Facebook, but we were doing it face to face. We're having these conversations. Sometimes it gets heated. Sometimes it gets emotional. Sometimes it's hilarious. And that's just the way that the world works. And much to the point of the example that you brought up about, the having a baby, not wanting to have your wife have a baby after a certain age, like that opened up the door for me as a 39-year-old woman who doesn't have children and hopes to become pregnant one day, for me to say, well, it's important for you to understand that not everyone is in the position or the ability to do this before that age. And that's where I'm coming from based on my experiences. And I can honor what he's saying based on his experiences, because the truth is that's not going to change my life. But that goes back to the idea that I kind of have to breathe and think about when I walk into the studio every day. I can only be responsible for what I say. I can't be responsible for how folks choose to interpret it. And those are just two different things.
Yeah, and it's how often do you get to hear a perspective wildly different from your own, or just different? Doesn't have to be wildly different, just oh, I never thought about that, because I think for a lot of men, and I've realized it the last 10 years, but the concept of the stereotypical image of the busy mom, she's got work and school and kids, and it's implied but never said that the fact that she's definitely had to make sacrifices in her career. And I think we just say that you sacrifice your career. Do you love your kids? Men never have to think about that.
Yeah.
All I say is, Daddy's got a gig in Hawaii this weekend, baby. I'll bring you back a lei. We don't have to say, if I have kids, is that going to bring my career to a screeching halt for 3 years? Am I going to have the energy to start back up? Am I going to be 3 years behind people that are younger, more hungry, willing to work for less money than me, in an industry where looks play a part? Guys come back, hey, I got a little salt and pepper here, silver fox. That doesn't work for women anyway. Even if they're in direct competition, much less a woman coming into a corporation where she's 3 years out of the business. Oh, have you noticed that this model's changed? We don't use that app anymore. We use this system. Are you familiar with this? And that would terrify me as a person. It could really be the end of your career. No one ever talks about that.
Right.
So I think a lot of times, I hope that viewers will pull back, leave yourself for a second, and be can you at least see where this person is coming from? Can you at least see? If you think they're coming from a place where they just are trying to do damage, create anarchy, that's one thing. But when you're just if somebody goes pre-COVID, I don't like the president, but I have a small business, it's been great. I can see that. If you're I'm a person, I don't really get in, I don't care. Good luck, Black Lives Matter. Good luck, gay marriage. I'm just worried about my aluminum siding company. Not everybody has that privilege, because a lot of people have to walk around this earth as a gay married couple or as a trans woman. But I can at least see if this guy's I'm none of those things, and I got 4 kids, 2 headed to college next year. I need to make sure that I have enough money. I can see it. We could talk, It's just when you say somebody's going to hell, and then that's when you lose me.
Right. Well, Al Jackson, check him out on Instagram at Al Jackson IG.
That's right.
And your Twitter
at Al Jackson.
At Al Jackson, yes. And of course, Monday's available on iTunes, right?
Yes, Monday on iTunes and Baby Steps on Amazon Prime.
Well, I think we got our my biggest question answered. Is it okay to laugh? Yes, it is okay to laugh. In fact, it's probably the best time for some levity. So, Al Jackson, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us on Comeback with Erica Cobb.